Hello dojo friends. A lot of you have been asking, do you have swords for sale at your dojo? We see them all over the walls. The answer is yes. We have a couple swords here, about 25 for sale. And I get emails a lot, can I buy one? Yes, these are for sale, depending on where you live, of course, in the world. Some countries you can't ship to, some have different laws and things like that, but I'll quickly go over these very, very quickly. So if you're interested in these, I'll put a link below where you can inquire about getting one of these shipped to you. These on this rack are all iaito, so they're not sharp. These are for training. So I'll start here at the bottom. We have this wakizashi here called the White Dragon, and this is just a simple short sword. Here, I don't know what kind of steel this is. There's no hamon on it. It's just a mono steel, and it has a dragon on the super guard. The wrapping is good. Samegawa is real. So this one is just a white wakizashi here, and this retails for $300. It's on sale for $199. So that's just a simple short sword that you might wear while you're training as a backup blade, or if you're doing iaito, this would work very well as a companion sword on your side. And of course we have boken, and here's a polymer plastic sword, and this is good. This is a $20 boken, even though it's not wood. It's classified that way. And what I like about this is it has the polymer handle on here, so you can really feel the ska feel here, and it's got the guard. It's all one piece, although this might come off. And it's solid. It does have a little play to it, so if you get hit, it bends a little bit. So it's not as hard as wood, it won't hurt as much, but this is a nice sword just to play around, to practice with. You have a non-sharp steel katana here, which is $170. Again, it has a basic blade, straight hamon on here. I don't know what kind of steel. Most of these are probably $10.95, which is a really good steel. Has a simple kind of crane suba guard on there, cotton wrap. The Samegawa looks real on this one as well. So that's just a simple non-sharp iaito. That's $170. What do we have? Gold Musashi katana. So this has the Musashi guard on it, which is quite famous for the swordsman. I like the light brown wrap, very, very tight wrap. Real Samegawa, nice quality fittings. I like the saya here, how it has this ribbing on it. And again, this is a custom iaito for $199. It has the rock finish on here, so it looks like it's wet, so it saves you from fingerprints. Has another straight hamon line on the blade. Let me show you that blade. Steel, carbon steel. It's going to hold up if you hit swords together. So that's a nice sword if you like a different color, kind of a brown theme. Sageo has this brown and black on it. Non-sharp blue steel katana here for $210. This one has, again, tight wrap if you like the blue theme. Has a dragon on here. Blade has no hamon, it's just a solid piece of steel. This one has a bohi fuller on it, so it's a bit lighter. Has a little bit of a kaze to it. So that's just a nice blue blade, blue sageo there. And the one above it it's about the same, different company, round sword guard here. Samegawa does not look real on this one. It looks like it's plastic. This one runs for $239. Solid blade. It's a bit heavier than the other one. Again, no hamon line. Nice sabaki, clean edges, nice kisaki there. And it's not sharp, so you could train with this one nicely. So if those of you out there who like a deep blue color, that's for you. Aluminum alloy from Japan. So this is a custom sword I got years ago. It's a very, very lightweight sword. So this is aluminum, or it's an alloy metal, I should say. And this is custom made in Japan, so it's got a lot more detail on it. You can see the suba guard is this unusual shape there with the ana holes. It has a really highly kind of polished looking blade with the hamon Obviously it's not sharp. Maki design there where it's just what they call battle wrap. As you can see, the diamonds stop halfway through for the Manuki. Very, very lightweight. Saya here has that brown sageo, very high quality sageo, one of the highest qualities. Japanese swords are usually top quality, and you're paying because it's Japanese made for this one. As you can see, the end of the saya has some metal work on there, almost looks like something out of Lord of the Rings with this elvish design. All dark brown. Got a nice bohi there which lightens up the blade. Terminates a little bit early. The balance point is good. Habaki's nice. This is a good sword. That's $250. Suguha silver blade. This retails for $400. It's $299. This one has that unusual, beautiful wood pattern saya. So those of you out there who don't like a lot of paint, you like a natural saya, this one might be for you. It has the black sageo wrap, black iaito. It has the yellow samegawa or golden painted samegawa there. The fittings are silver. Tsuba guard there has that interesting etched design. Blade, I think it's $10.95. It has a silver habaki, silver seppa, and the straight suguha, hamon, bohi, saki. Nice sword, really good quality, heavy, good for building your muscles if you're practicing your sword skills. This one is a kashanwei, which I don't even know if they make these anymore. It's a high-end, non-sharp iaito. So these are $425, and we sell them here for $300. This is a well-known sword in the market. Does not have real samegawa there. The wrapping is higher quality. It's a suede wrap, which is great for comfort. This is never going to come out of your hand. I prefer the suede over the cotton, and I prefer leather over the other two. The Manuki kind of are cherry blossoms. It has a plain, round tsuba. This sword is extremely, what's the word? It's tight. It's a very structurally heavy sword. Extremely good specs, well made. There is no movement. This is the type of sword that I use and I have had for 20 years. I have one of these that's almost the same, and it's almost unchanged in 2 decades. Really good quality blade there. Nice etched on hamon, full bohi all the way down to the tip. But this is a higher end iaito. It doesn't feel light or cheap. Even though it doesn't have real shark skin on it or anything, it still feels like quality. And that's what you're going to get from Kashanwei. They're a higher end sword. Yeah, the scabbard is nothing to write home about. It's just that black piano finish. They're a more interesting saya there, but that's a higher end. This is a T10 steel Shikomizue Zatuichi sword, and this has a hidden straight Shikomizue there, Chokuto style blade. This is a T10. It is forged and it has a hamon line on it. You can see very, very sharp. This is extremely sharp. Has that cut off tip there, that straight edge. It's very short, used one-handed or two, but very, 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 very sharp. This you're paying for the higher quality T10 steel. That'll cut through soft and hard targets, and it's kind of concealed in this straight saya there. So that's the Zatuichi sword, and that one is $199. It's a good deal for that. I don't know if that's a Huawei wood or something. It's a Huali wood. Nice quality. Doesn't rattle. Feels good. A little bit of rattle. This is the Kinryu, the gold dragon. This retails for $200. Dojo price is $149. This is your kind of lower end. These are all shinken. These are all sharp now. We're getting into the sharp blades. You know, nice gold wrap. Black samegawa. Gold foil on there. It's a dragon. The saya has the gold on it as well. So this is a very fancy looking sword, although it's a lower budget sword. And it has all the frills if you like to impress your friends with gold. Here does have a couple carvings on it, and I'll do a video on this eventually. As you can see, there's a dragon there. And on this side it has Horimono as well. So there's carvings on this blade. The metal itself, as you can see, is made of gold. It's not literally gold, it's colored with gold pigment. So when I say this is the golden dragon sword, it is completely gold, the whole thing. All the way from top to bottom. Habaki's gold, seppa are gold, everything. The blade is gold. So that's kind of a fun sword, and it is sharp. And that one's $150. Next, the snake blade. Retails $200, dojo price $149. This is the heavy snake, so it's got a snake tsuba-guard, a wrapped snake here. It has a leather finish on it. Samegawa is not real, it is a plastic. Wrapping is pretty tight, and it's kind of an artificial, I don't think it's real leather. Has a dark brown saya with that swirling motion on it, and a gray sageo. Again, one-piece steel. This one has a bohi there, and then it has kind of this naginata. As you can see, it thins out up here as well. So the blade is very thin up here, and then it gets thicker down here. So this one is really thin at the top for cutting through soft targets. You're not going to get a lot of resistance there, and there's no bohi up here. So that's going to be a good cutting sword. Weight is nice and light. So if you like snakes, there you go with a snake blade, a heavy snake. This is for sale on eBay. If you go to our eBay, I'll put the link below. This is a Nihon To. It's a antique that is for sale. So I'm keeping it in the sword bag. This is from the, I think, the 17th century, if I'm not mistaken. This is a kogatana, which you've seen. I've done a video on this in the past. Very small sword, authentic Nihon To, made of tamahagane. Sharp, nice bohi, hundreds of years old. And the furniture, I think, is original. The tsuba guard here is signed. That is a handmade tsuba guard, very small. And the blade is signed with a Mei signature. So that is a small kogatana Nihon To, several hundred years old. This is a couple $1,000, and it is on eBay. And the saya is original as well. It has a good fit. So for those of you out there that like antique swords, this is a samurai Nihon To. I'm going to put this down so I can wrap it in the bag later. Shinobi Katana, retail $285, dojo price $219. That's a good deal. This has a suede green wrap. Those of you who like the Shinobi swords, here's a green wrap with the battle wrap here. Very, very good wrap. This is a solid blade. It is razor sharp. To me, I think the steel is T10. It has a nice kind of fiery hamon on there. I don't know if you can see that. Nice looking blade, nice kasaki there. Nice sori curve. Very plain furniture. You have the square black guard, black habaki, black kashira, fuchi, and again it has that stone saya on here with the kind of greenish sageo. So this is kind of your standard Shinobi Katana suede wrap, and this one is $219. That's a good deal. T10 steel dragonfly. This is the dragonfly sword. This one's on eBay as well. It has a dragonfly motif on the tsuba guard. Fuchi Kashira all have dragonflies on them. The Menuki are dragonfly. This is a nice sword, theme sword, if you like outdoors stuff. Brown wrapping. You can see it has the wrap here as well, which is unusual for a saya. Black sageo. The blade, I think, is T10 again. T10's a common steel, very easy to work with, very, very good quality, hard steel. Beautiful hamon. Can you see that hamon there? I don't know if it shows up well. This is a razor sharp blade. Sometimes you can just look at them and see the edge. So this is going to go through many types of targets here. So this is the dragonfly katana, and it has buffalo horn as well. You can see the kurigata has horn there as well as around the koiguchi. You don't see that very often, so you're paying for the higher end koshidai furniture. I like that one. That's a beautiful looking sword. This is a Cloud Hammer. Cloud Hammer is a really good brand. This is the 51 CRV German spring steel. This is called the Earth Dragon. I've done a video on this as well. This retails for $350. We're selling it for $300. This has actual real leather wrap. This is my favorite as far as wrap goes. Cloud Hammer is unbeatable with their ska handles. That has real raised skin, real leather wrap, unmovable diamonds, very uniform. Pretty good quality furniture there. It has that kind of swirling Earth Dragon Suba guard. The blade is the 51 CRV German spring steel. This is extremely strong tool steel. Unbelievably strong, far stronger than Tamahagane in a modern steel. Razor sharp. I've cut with this and it has gone through targets like butter. Nice bohi, has a good weight to it. This is actually a practitioner's cutting daily sword. You can cut with this every single day and it's going to hold an edge for quite a long time. 51 CRV German spring steel. This is what modern swords look like, and this one is $300 there. It's a beautiful sword. I like the brown color. This is the Dragon King Spring Sakura. Dragon King's another good brand. So if you like the Dragon King series, Spring Sakura, 5160 steel. This is another modern steel. This retails for $500. I'm selling it for $385. Red, nice different color on here. Great quality. Dragon King does very, very good wrapping, very, very good handles with the transitions. Low knots here. The Suba guard was black. I hand painted this red myself. I think it has 4 coats of paint on it, so I wanted this to be brighter, so I painted the Suba guard after I bought this. This typically comes all black, but I just thought, oh, I want to make that guard red like the cherry blossom, so I painted that with several coats. And it has a beautiful blade, mono steel. There's no hamon on here, and this is a 5160 spring steel. Great for cutting, razor sharp. Excellent quality all through. Okay, so that's called the Dragon King Spring Sakura with a hand-painted Suba guard. Isn't that a nice sword if you like red? And I also painted the kurigata red. That was black and I painted that red just to kind of bring down the red into the saya there. Dragon King's a really good brand. All right, let's move this down. I hope I'm not boring you too much. I'm going to switch positions. This is the Afro Samurai anime sword. This retails for $350. It's $225 here. This, if you like these giant kind of tachi, huge bends in your blades, this is the Afro Samurai sword. I don't know if you've ever seen that anime. Look at the size of that sori curve there. Because of the curve, it's going to cut very, very well. I do not know what type of steel it is. I don't know if it's 1065, 1045, 1095. I'm not sure. The hamon, as you can see, is not, it's just etched on there. It's just cosmetic. This is a really, really sharp sword. Handle has this light brown wrap. Has this jewel on it, as you can see. I guess that was in the cartoon itself. Really, really curved blade. The guard has kind of these scratch marks on it that were made. I guess that's part of his character where he's fought different people. Beautiful, beautiful blade on here. That really is going to cut through targets nicely. And the sai is quite interesting with this kind of orangey brown. It's got a nice end on there. So this is called the Afro Samurai sword. giant tachi. Earth Lotus. This is the Earth Lotus sword. Retail $250, dojo price $159. This is again a kind of a lower end budget type of sword. Has the brown wrap on it. It has this kind of gold, I don't know what that looks like, kind of a tiger stripe finish. Black saya, brown wrap. Interesting blade. This blade has etching on it. Can you see that? So it has a hamon. It's not, this is a one-piece sword. I can tell it's not forged because the hamon's not real. It's etched on there, but you can see these flowers going down the blade all the way through. I don't know how they do that. I don't know if that's stamped on there. I don't want to touch the blade. Even the habaki has that same pattern of swirl on there. So this is a sword that is really decorative. It's quite sharp too. Interesting design with the brown. And this one we nicknamed the Earth Lotus because it has so many flowers all over it. The green dragon, look at that. Green here, brown. The Samegawa does not look real. Interesting features. It has a swirling dragon on the Suba guard. I like how the saya looks like crackling fire breathing dragon. It's got that kind of eggshell crackle on here. I love how some of these sayas really have a lot of good work done to them. I get bored with the plain black scabbards. I don't know about you, so I like interesting designs and interesting paint jobs on here. Sageo's got that light brown finish. Drawing the blade out. See there? Swirly hamon. Bohi, so it's quite light. Nice gasaki there. Very light in the hand. It's a good sword for, this is a really light sword. Really light sword. And we just nicknamed this one the Green Dragon. This retails for $250. Dojo price $165. That's a good deal. Again, it's another budget sharp sword. Purple Magi. This has got T10, so it's a higher quality blade on it. All purple with the black. Raised skin looks real on here. It's got the 2 pins, so you know that the tang is quite long. Let's see, the saya is got the ribbing on it. As you can see, the ribbing here. This is really good for purchasing with your hand. It's not going to slide at all. That's an interesting design. Purple Sageo. The guard has a couple of characters on it. This one's got like warriors and tree branches on the Suba guard there. Square guard. I like how the edge has some gold and brass. Let's look at the blade. Beautiful blade, higher quality. Habaki, you can see, is fancy here. And it's a T10 blade. Differential tempered. It has the bohi. And then again, it goes into the naginata style, what they call the thinner blade here. So the end is thin for cutting, no resistance, and then it gets thicker and heavier down toward the bottom. So the distal taper is wide, and right there it gets very, very narrow. And then toward the tip, you'll see it gets wide again. I don't know if you can see right there. The kasaki is reinforced. Beautiful blade. Beautiful blade. I love the pattern of the hamon on that one. Pretty heavy. This is called the Purple Magi. T10 sword. This is $325, but the dojo price is $250. This one, what's this one called? This is a 1060 steel forged katana. 1060 is a pretty good steel. I like the saya on this with the speckles of black on the red with the gold sageo there. This one has gold wrapping. Samegawa is real, I can tell. Don't know what the manuki are. The guard has etching in here. It's quite light. It's a nice sword. Let's take a look at the blade. This looks like it has a real hamon, forged 1060. Yeah, I can see the hamon. I don't know if you can. I'll try to shine it for you. There is no bohi on that, so some swords don't have any fuller, so it has a good heft to it. Nice kasaki down there. I like this sword. Kind of a lighter color. So this is 1060 steel forged katana. This is $250. Pretty top heavy, so it's going to go through targets nicely. Balance points a little further out. I like the saya on that. That's never going to show fingerprints, which some people really, it bothers them. We have a couple of shinobi ninja to here, these kind of movie swords. This one is a Hanwei. Again, Hanwei is the pro quality. So Hanwei, as you know, has been around forever. Hanwei ninja sword. This retails for $400. Dojo price is $300. This has suede wrap, straight handle, shorter handle. It's got some Kongo Thunderbolt here. The square guard, I think I've done a video on this, has some kuji on it, the hand positions there, some mudra. Has a really interesting scabbard on here with these lion characters that are biting into the sageo, which travels down. There's another character here that's holding the sageo. The saya has this fancy end on it for digging or striking, right there. The blade itself, straight chokuto, excellent quality steel, extremely sharp and extremely lightly balanced. These types of swords are the best balanced you can find. They are not top heavy. The balance point's right here. So for stabbing, quick movement, this is the one you want. It's a quick draw sword. It's a shorter blade. Now, did these exist? Though they had straight swords, but I don't know if ninja would have used these. They would have used probably a curved sword. Because if you walked around with a weird sword like this, you would be caught. But this is the one that was made famous in the 1980s and 70s ninja movies. Kind of a shokosugi style. Very light. Very, very wide, hefty handle on this one, as you can see. Very, very wide. So if you have big hands, that's going to be for you. You can see the diamonds there. Excellent purchase for your hands. Again, this is a fighting sword. And that one is $299. This is a snow ninja toe. It's much lighter than the one I just picked up. This is a higher end ninja toe, all white. Real ray skin. All white fittings. Giant white Suba guard, much larger than the one I just showed you. White saya, white sageo. That's why it's called the snow sword. So if you were going to go out into the snow, you might want to use this one. Very short, straight chokuto blade, high quality blade. I think it's T10. This is really a sharp sword. This is one of the sharpest ones you're going to find on the rack today. High mirror polish, beautiful polish. I have some oil on it. Real hamon there. Just a nasty, quick, straight blade. This is going to be one of the fastest blades on the rack as far as swing speed. Very long ska handle. Balance points right there, so it's going to be very, very well balanced. Excellent ninja toe, which I call the snow sword. This one retails for $400. It's $375. Excellent fit too, very, very tight. That's not going to fall out. We just did a video on this a few weeks ago. This is the short wakizashi, which I call the coffee sword. All brown wrap. Beautiful saya, one of the best I've seen, with all those coffee swirls there. This is a very decorative sword, very decorative guard with the brass fittings. It is very sharp. I think it's T10. Beautiful hamon. Look at that fiery hamon. Can you see that? Look at that thing. Short sword in brown fittings, very, very sharp. That one I haven't priced yet, but it is for sale. It'll probably go up on our eBay channel next week. This is just a gorgeous sword. Imagine wearing that in your belt and walking around. Excellent, excellent sword. This is a hand-forged wakizashi, all in green, all in green. So this might match the dragon sword. Everything's real on here. This is a higher quality wakizashi. This has that kind of red speckled saya, green sageo. The blade is that same naginata style where it has the distal taper. It's wide, it gets very thin here and then thick again at the tip. Larger hamon than normal. As you can see, that's a big hamon. Very, very light, one-handed, quick weapon. One of the fastest, again, on the rack. Probably even, well, probably the same speed as the ninja swords. But again, designed for a secondary sword, quick draw, one-handed. Green weapon of doom. Plain black. And the Suba guard there has these larger holes which make it very, very light. So that one is $150. Okay, so that's just a couple of swords we have for sale. I have more that aren't out, but if you put your address in, we can give you shipping costs to wherever you live. Again, some countries don't allow these to be sent. Also, check out our eBay page because a couple of these with much more detailed pictures are on there. If you're interested in getting one of these, just email us. We'll let you know if it's available. These will sell pretty quick. Again, check with your local and state laws to make sure these are legal to have wherever you live. We can't ship everywhere in the world now. But that's just a quick tour of some of the swords we have here for sale at the dojo. Aren't they cool just to look at them? I know you're like me and you love just having swords, just looking at them and playing with them and admiring the quality of craftsmanship in all of them. And we don't judge. Everyone has a different style, a different taste, and whatever you like in your swords, great. Go with that. Don't ever let someone make fun of your style and what you like. I try not to have favorites, I just like something about all of them. As always, I appreciate you spending time with me here at the dojo. Take care, have a great day or night wherever you live. Bye-bye.